This is a mono water deck. It's based on efficient board building and efficient plays, getting card draw off of every card you play and using all the cards that you have in there for some really powerful synergies. The fun thing about mono water is it can play a little bit of both. I feel if I had to put a name on it, I would say it's more of a controlling deck, but it's also a really go-wide deck. It's all about building your board up to make those really big, powerful plays that are going to win you the game. The main engine of the deck is the Final Fantasy 9 combos that are in there. Final Fantasy 9 combo consists of Steiner, the 5-cost Steiner, the 3-cost Light Zidane, the 3-cost backup Ico, and the 3-cost Garnet. These are all from Opus 3, and they provide the skeleton of the deck. Everything else that goes in there helps and is great, but it's all based off of this card advantage that you're getting from these cards. You have Steiner, which can grab you any Category 9 card that includes your backups, that includes your forwards, and it's really powerful being able to grab a backup out of there, and especially when that backup is Ico, which is grabbing you another Category 9 forward. And of your other two forwards other than Steiner, you're looking at Garnet, which is an incredibly powerful 3-cost water forward. Has some evasion by not being able to be targeted by your opponent's summons, and provides some solid buffs to your team when you cast your own summons. But Zidane, which is the 3-cost light forward, which I should really say is a 2-cost, considering the fact that when you have another Category 9 forward on the field, this cost is reduced by 1. And he has a few different options on there, but the majority of the time you're going to be using him to draw an additional card. Having all of those cards replace other cards in the deck is phenomenal, and it's huge. Other than the Category 9 cards in the deck, we have some great Opus 3 editions in Lena, and Fey Mimic Go-Go, and Ephemeral Summoner. Lena's the main part of this engine, and she can grab you any number of forwards of 2 costs or less out of your graveyard, but the main two that we're worried about in this build from the German National Championship, which took 2nd place, is Fey Mimic Go-Go and Ephemeral Summoner. Fey Mimic Go-Go is a solid 1-drop 7k. It's the highest power on any 1-drop in the game currently. He does have a downside of the fact that he's broken if your opponents don't control any forwards, but if you're playing this kind of a deck, your opponent's going to have some forwards, and you're just going to go wider than they can. The other card that we have in here is the Ephemeral Summoner. It's a 2-drop 4k mannequin card, so you can play multiples of them. But what Ephemeral Summoner does when it hits the field is its auto ability allows you to grab a 1 water summon of cost 4 or less from your deck and put it on top. This allows you to grab a lot of the summons out of there. Leviathan, Barry, and if you're playing it, Famfrit, which is another great card. Not in this deck, but a great addition to a lot of mono water decks. And the last combo that I'm going to talk about that I think is a little more nuanced than some of the other ones is Cognazo and Leviathan and Scholar. Cognazo allows you to reduce your opponent's forwards by 1,000 for every 2 water characters you control. It's really good when you're trying to go in for a swingy attack. If you built up your board and you're ready to swing in with 5 or 6 forwards, it's great because you're either taking out their forwards or you're going to force them to take the damage. But with Scholar or Leviathan, you're able to bounce your own Cognazo and play it again for a board wipe effect. And that'll just take the game. You get just incredible value out of 2-card combo. You might have to spend, the 6 CP net to get that effect, but it's great, and it wins a lot of games. And if you look at a lot of matchups online of this deck going at it, you're going to see this combo played, and you're going to see how good it is. It's great. Yuna, the 2-cost Yuna backup. I want to play 2-cost Yuna my first turn every single game. I want to see that forward. And if I have more 2-cost backups in my hand, I'm dropping them all. I'm playing all the backups that I can. Obviously, if you can curve into it better, if you can go turn 1 2-drop backup Yuna, and you have your Waka in hand or a Minwu in hand for the next turn to drop, that's great too. But if I see 2-cost backups in my hand, it's a good hand no matter what. Yeah, I think it's just important to note that in this deck, it is all about build-up. That doesn't mean you can't attack and get some early beats in, but you really want to get your board set and going for those huge plays where you're either dropping Kignazo for your swing, a double Kignazo for a board wipe, or a really key Sildra play to bounce 2 of their forwards back to their hand and really just take over the game.